Hey, before we kick this show off, we want to talk about our friends at Miller Lite. Isn't that right, White Sox Dave?
You better believe it, Ed. Talk to me about Miller Lite. You're the one that's proposing the question. What do you want to know about Miller Lite?
Dave, it's a summer. I love to have a few beers in the summer, and when I have a few beers, I'm drinking Miller Lite. This past weekend, I enjoyed some Miller Lites with Chief. It was a nice summer Saturday in Old Town,
Dave didn't
Chicago,
come,
Illinois. Dave did not come.
I was enjoying Miller Lites elsewhere.
Were you?
I was.
There we go. Summer brings those priceless moments. You can kick back with some friends, grab a few cold ones. Those summer moments are made with much better with Miller Lite because summer loves beers that taste like, well, beer. And with just 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12-ounce servings, Miller Lite is the perfect light beer to sip on all summer long. There's endless options, but the one thing you know you're going to get with Miller Lite is consistency and goodness. How about that? You like that?
It is good.
It is because with great taste and only 96 calories, Miller Lite is brewed with beer lovers in mind because Miller Lite is for those who actually want to taste their beer, whether you're around a fire pit, a pool, or a dive bar, or a nice bar. Make sure you're having a Miller Lite this summer.
I had one of my favorite beers of the summer this past weekend. I went down to Declan's and just sat on the patio. It was a perfect night. And they're, what do you want to drink? And I go there a lot. I just gave the waitress a look and she goes, I'll be right back. There was a Miller Lite.
Beautiful. So next time you're getting ready to enjoy cold ones with your crew, go to MillerLite.com/redline to find the delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. White Sox Dave, hit it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Chicago sports fans. This is White Sox Dave.
It's Chief.
This is Eddie. This is Redline Radio, a Barstool Chicago podcast presented by Miller Lite. Carl will be joining us shortly, as will Darnell Mooney of the Chicago Bears. He came in this past weekend. Chief and I had a nice 20-minute conversation with him. It was fun.
I would say I'm almost mad that we talked to him because he let a little bit of hope creep into my brain.
but that's natural, right?
I think I was training myself to be like, this year is going to be a transition year. Like, I don't care what the record is, a little bit of growth, a little bit of development, and get ready for that free agency class of 2023, full allotment of draft picks. Like, I was like, 2023, we'll start to see some progress, like genuine progress towards where we want to go. Now I'm thinking now I'll be like a little disappointed and sad if they don't wild because Darnell, like, he says things and you're just like, you can look the look in his eye. You're like, I believe him, dude. I believe him.
Yeah, but I have a theory that most people, like, if you watch practice and you're around guys all the time, you like think they're a little better than they actually are. Like, no offense to him. Like, yeah, he's great, obviously. I'm not saying him in particular, but I'm saying everyone around you. Like, I remember, like, just, being at high school practice and be like, oh, man, this guy's a stud. And then you put him against someone who completely outmans him. Because it's not about how good you look. It's about how good you look against other people.
Yeah, I had we had a running back at St. Charles North when I was a sophomore. He was a junior. And I remember being like, this kid's going to Michigan. This kid's going to Notre Dame. Like, I wonder who's because he was just unbelievable. And then it was like he never played a snap of college football at anywhere at any level. So that is definitely
shocker.
A thing.
Chiefs telling high school football stories 30 seconds into the start of the show.
I think Ed gave the opener for that. And it was not for the glorification of myself either. So that's a little different than what you're getting at.
You brought that up the other day at Notre Dame.
Anyways.
It was a story about how I got ran over.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Yeah, but you led into it like I always picked out the biggest, strongest guy and tried to fuck him up on the first play.
And I didn't. He completely
so
fucking
that is for your
steamrolled
glorification.
me. I gotta find that
My
video.
point, the back to the Darnell Mooney thing though, it was more about how he was just talking about how much different the practices are, like how organized they are versus, guys know where they're supposed to be, they're on time, like versus like the culture that was under Nagy. So it was more about that than the personnel. It's just like they're doing things differently and sounds like they're doing them like the right way for the first time in a year.
But do they deserve the benefit of the doubt?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get mad at myself because it allowed a little bit of optimism to creep in.
You're really not, though.
Me?
Yeah, it's summer and you're bored. You've admitted that earlier.
Yeah, I am bored.
It is. And listen, I love Darnell and I love like a few of our players, but it's just we're not doing that this year. Like that would be That would be tough. We would be doing ourselves and everyone in
Big
the city
time.
a disservice.
But you felt good about what he
Totally,
was.
yeah. No, I just like him as a guy too, and like that's one of those interviews too. And we keep teasing it. We will get to it at some point. But if you watch it on YouTube, like his face told a lot more than his answers. Which I like.
Yeah, watch it on YouTube and subscribe while you're at it.
Yeah.
And if you subscribe, we're gonna release a picture of White Sox Dave that is preposterous.
Did you hear about this, Tom?
No.
We have this picture of White Sox Dave where he's a little.
He's on Mars. He's
little
on. He
inebriated.
is on.
I was fucked up.
Fucking Mars.
Where's this from?
Last week.
Dave and I had a dinner with a group of 6 of us at this like Michelin star restaurant called. And we talked.
You're not supposed to
thought
give the
we're not-
name away.
What are we doing?
Bleep that. You guys are over exaggerating that element of it. You'll be
No,
able
we're
to find
not.
it.
I don't think we are at all.
I don't want people going there.
But it's so hard to get into anyways.
There's a restaurant with 12 tables. Dante is like,
No, 12 seats.
12 seats.
Yeah.
12 seats. Dante
Like
was
3
like
or 4
stunned that these guys got in. And Chief just wants to fucking blast it to the whole world.
It's
I'll
a hidden
say this.
secret.
I don't even think you would like it that much.
Maybe I won't, but I
Yeah,
want to
you
experience.
have
And
the
then once I
experience.
experience, fucking tell the world.
I don't
fine.
know. I don't know. I
We'll
don't
go
think that place is. You might not like fucking holy shit. Like that's what I was doing. I was like everything they brought out was just better than the last thing.
But regardless,
ravioli,
continue with your
holy
story.
Well, you got me off track. But anyways, Dave was just like he was on Mars, and like Dave has like seemingly an endless supply of hilarious pictures of himself on
So
the
do
internet.
you.
Oh, Dave, we're not at your level. The cowboy, it doesn't matter. But this is gotta
That
be.
was intentional.
Oh, this is gonna be like this is probably a top 3 all-time picture of White Sox Dave.
I
Big
think
time.
Wow. Okay. So what's the number?
We're at 40,
50K?
47 and a half.
47 and a
Yeah.
half subscribers. We got to set a time limit.
No.
By
I think we said by the time we get back from 4th of July. So that's
Okay.
4th of by July.
so it's
by
like
July
it's a little over
11th.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. A little over 2 weeks. Carl has joined us. Carl, how are you? What's cooking on starting now?
I just slid in here and I hear 47,500. I'm assuming this means Chicago YouTube.
Yes,
But
correct.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
We're trying. No,
yeah.
that's the
Oh,
goal
no.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, we're trying to get
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
and I've been tracking that too. And so this is just my own. I just offering up, please. I love the fact they're doing a promo on it. I think our channel is awesome because I'm like building the channel up now. I'm like working on a channel for Starting 9, and yes, like how's it going? The stuff that we're doing in Chicago, it's good. It's so good. And Tommy Lays should get credit for this stuff too. You run a fucking
does.
sick production team here.
He does.
So like, how's it going? I'm getting access to like a lot of stuff around Barstool, and it is giving like it's invigorating the sense of pride I have when we come in here and we do this stuff. And then I certainly owe an apology. It's hard. I'm doing the best I can to be around. I came in today. I was like, I'm gonna be here for the start of the show. I wasn't. Little tech issues, but we're getting better on Starting 9. And I'll say it's been interesting working with Jake. If you've used the term alpha male before or big league, like don't use it anymore until you meet this guy. He's just so fucking big league. It's crazy.
What do you mean by that?
Like we go to the College World Series and like just a way, like if a kid comes up, he'll interact with the kid left and right, like this and that. But he knows, like if it's some 40-year-old guy looking for an autograph, like the way he'll interact with that guy is like, you just know he doesn't care. Hey buddy, hey Jake, you want to sign it? And just like the slow turn, hey buddy. Or like we played high stakes blackjack and he walks in and the guy's like, he's like, hey, can you lower the table down to 25 for my buddy Carl? Like he can't afford $50 a hand. And the guy's like, yeah, I don't know about that. And he put, just a healthy amount, like a really big
That's a embarrassing. And
stack.
not
No,
for you.
it was okay. He just put
Yeah.
a stack on the table. It was like, I'm going to play much bigger hands than 25 and 50, but you'd be doing my buddy a huge favor. And the guy's like, you got it. Yes, sir. So stuff when I say like big league alpha, like he's not walking in there being like, yo, I want this or that.
Riggs did that in Vegas too.
Oh, God. It's just cash, right?
he told
No,
him to
but
put
I-
it down or no?
Yeah, I think he helped lower the lower
The minimum.
and he was
I mean, it's not like a rude question to ask. You can
yeah
always
he was
ask.
he was betting significantly higher than I was, so he did me a solid because we had a hard time finding a table.
Yeah, you could always just be like, hey, like, do you mind? Or like you could even say, hey, could I play this? And they won't even change the minimum. The pit boss might just be like, yeah, let him do that. That's fine.
So and then another thing, you're just like learning. It's like, hey, you want to go to the podcast at the College World Series game? We'll go watch Ole Miss. Mincy will be there. It's like, it's really hectic. Why don't we just go play some blackjack? It's like, oh, then we can do the podcast in the sports book. We go to do the podcast in the sports book. It's like, you know what? I got a Sprinter van out in the parking lot. You just want to go sit in the back of the Sprinter van and do it? Where I'm trying to be like, why don't we do it? He doesn't care at all. So it's been interesting. When I say doesn't care, to him, it's like, let's just have some fun with it. So it's been a cool attitude to work with because, he's like pulling me aside home. I'm like, hey, buddy, like, we're cool. Like, you know how I'm all like, hey, we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this. He's just like laughing. He's like, brother, come on, man. Give me a hug. Calm down. We have a great show. So it's been a cool project. And like I said when we came in here, I'm doing everything I can to get. I want to be here.
Did it make you want to buy a Sprinter van?
He's allegedly buying one right now. It did not make me want to buy one.
No.
But he's intense. He sees a Sprinter van. He's like, oh, look how awesome. Look at the features. Showing like, look at how far the car seats go back.
Yeah. Would you buy one, Dave?
No,
Why?
because I don't want to be a van guy living in downtown Chicago.
No, but listen to what he's telling me if you do this. He wants to buy one, and then they have 15 seats in the back, and he wants to turn the back into like a first class cabin, like if you were on a jet.
Yeah, that's different. My buddy Ryan met him a couple months back, but when he got out of the Navy, he bought it's called a Dolphin. It's a model of it's like a half RV, but it's not like a trailer hitch RV. You drive the RV. It's like an 82, I think, and he bought it for $5,000, tuned it up for a few extra grand, and took it all over the country, like every corner of the United States. And that's what he did after the Navy. Spent 6 or 8 months doing it, and I would love to do that for sure.
Yeah.
He
That
like
would be
worked
fun.
it. Yeah, he worked out of it and everything.
Well, that's a movement now is to get these. Are you guys see these clips? The romantic in you has to like one of these. The romantic in me does. Mm-hmm. You see those clips on TikTok and stuff of like the people fixing up the Sprinter van and turning it into a small house. And you're just like, dude, that's got to be so
I
sick.
get those, yeah.
Yeah. They have like the wood paneling usually. Like they're cool.
Would you need a significant other to do that? Or would you do it on your own? Or if you had to pick between doing it your own or like doing it with like a girlfriend? And
I'd want a
it's hard.
companion. I'd have the dog, though, at worst.
Yeah, I would definitely bring George. I'd be good with either. I like being alone. I like road trips alone. I've never had an issue with that. But yeah, it's always nice to create memories with somebody else. So yeah, I think that would be good.
Kind of sucks conversion vans died.
I
Like
had
at the
conversion
wrong
van.
time.
Great shape.
You know what I mean? Like at the wrong time. Now it's like especially in like 2020, it was like all the rage to do that.
Why did they go to Mini?
I don't know. Maybe
Aerodynamics or gas?
too many people knocked the fucking roof off in parking garages, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I had one of those growing
And
up.
on the subject of what's the Chevy? What's the Chevy minivan?
I'm blanking. Whatever it is.
I'll pull it up.
I know there's only 3 companies that make minivans.
Well,
actually.
minivans.
So they
are-
might not even make one.
They used to have the Chevy Venture. It says 2005, but I think that might have been.
Yeah, I actually don't think they make one.
Only 3 companies make minivans?
Yeah, as of right now.
No way.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What 3 companies?
Let me make sure we
I
can
don't
say.
really
Ford,
wanna say 'em.
Windstar.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just want to make sure we can say.
Maybe I'm wrong because it looks like I just found a lot more, but I don't know if those are new. Those
We
might
can
just
say on
be-
this episode who makes them.
Can we?
I mean,
Yeah.
people know that companies make minivans, but whatever.
Yeah, I guess
I
4.
think it would be great.
You found 4?
Yeah, it says there's 4. Toyota, Chrysler, Kia.
Yeah.
You forgot about Kia.
Oh, the Chrysler Town and Country to me is the Rolls Royce of minivans. Dempster, when he was in not too long ago, parked it right up front, and I was like, dude, why do you have a? Not to be rude, you rode a bike in here last time. Now you show up in a minivan. But he said he's got a 5th kid coming, and he said there ain't even a question with kids that the minivan over the SUV.
Really? Yeah. Huh.
Lower to the ground, I think.
Yeah.
And I
That's
think
better?
people treat you more. I think people are more cautious around minivans. Do you drive more cautiously around a minivan?
No.
They
Absolutely
actually
not.
ride great, though. I've had a couple of rentals through Barstool. They're actually pretty nice.
That's all we had growing up was minivans. I think we had a minivan from the time I can remember until maybe I was like a senior in high school. My mom got an SUV, like a Suburban. So
And when an Uber pulls up, I like a minivan. I got the captain chairs in the back. Like
the only thing that
nice.
makes me feel stupid about that is sometimes they're the push button ones and sometimes they're the
Ah,
pull,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the push button guys don't want you to touch
Oh,
the
they
handle.
hate it.
And then so I automatically just stand and wait for them to do it, and then I just look like an idiot if it's not one of those push button things. There needs to be a universal.
That's a
like,
problem. I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
That is
But
an
it
issue.
should just be push, right? Because
Make everybody make it a push.
They probably did that because kids were fucking. How many
Maybe.
fingers do you think have been slammed in those doors?
Whew, that's a good question.
That's why.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's why, because you're relying on minors to close those sliding
Yes.
doors so often.
It's a nightmare, probably.
Like, Joe, how many broken doors? The dad just finally like, you know what? Some dad on was like, give me control. And they're like, we'll give you the button.
Yeah. How many fingers were smashed, followed by Finding Nemo Band-Aids? They're probably, the Band-Aid industry's taking a hit now with those.
Well, you're getting it on
automatic
the
doors.
closed hatch too on SUVs if you're taking
That's
stuff
the
out.
worst. I hate that.
Yeah.
Ban automatic trunks. I don't like that.
It just
it's
takes
so annoying.
forever.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, it's like, dude, just let me fucking open this thing.
It is this. I'll say this though, you're not going to see any of these buttons on low class cars. That is a sign in some respect of being.
It's a hazard too. I was talking to Mr. Portnoy. One of them opened and knocked him over, and he said he didn't know where it came from. He was all like discombobulated. He said he felt like Kennedy. He was like, he thought he got assassinated. So tough.
Someone's out there trying to take out Mr. Portnoy.
Yeah, no, that's minivan talk.
Do you want to talk about somebody else?
Yeah,
Do you want to talk about?
We could talk about our friend Roman.
yeah. We can talk about Roman. Summer days are long, so don't spend it having short sex. Roman swipes are the secret to longer lasting sex. Roman swipes are uniquely formulated to reduce overstimulation without eliminating sensation altogether. The more consistent you are with the swipes, the longer and better your sex will be. Studies show that on average, after 1 month of using swipes, men last 3 minutes, and after the second month, 5.5 minutes. That's a 340% increase. The swipes are super easy to use. How do you use them, Dave?
Just take them out of the packet, swipe it on, give it a couple minutes to dry. Doesn't transfer your partner, and let her rip, Ed.
Do you advocate having one of these in your wallet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't right now because I used it last night.
Oh,
You did?
Yeah, why not?
hell yeah.
Sex haver.
It was a Tuesday night, right? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Nice.
She's having a long week. Just
Yeah.
That's why you didn't go to the White Sox game.
No, that's not why.
Okay.
I walked the dog, and I was like, it's a little too hot outside.
were you guys trying to meet up this weekend, if you don't mind me asking? And then it was like carried over to a Tuesday because I younger version of me always like those like you miss Friday, like let's get together Saturday. It's like, oh, I got a friend's birthday, and then next thing you know, it's like Tuesday, and you're just like watching highlights, like waiting at
Yeah,
sex.
I got that you up text, and I happened to be up.
Then you reach right for the swipe instinctually.
Yeah.
Get me
Yeah.
you
It's
up
like
text at
Pavlov's
8 a.m.
dog.
the next day is
That's always
To
a
this
bad
day,
beat.
Tough.
yeah, because when you get it, you're like, fuck, I got a Roman swipe in my pocket, and if I was up when she texted me that, I would have put on a clinic. And
Do
these
you,
are clinically proven to make you last longer in bed.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot. Not a lot. I know. I have friends that turn notifications off at the phone automatically turns off all notifications at like 9 p.m. or whatever. It goes in like silent mode or
Do
whatever.
not disturb.
I can't do that for that specific reason because chances are I'll never get laid again, Ed. And I got to take every chance I get.
Do you live
Because
by that motto?
mathematically, it's just like I probably won't.
You're living life like there's no tomorrow.
That's
Exactly.
And there isn't one. You're Don Draper.
What
Yes,
Give us the promo code first, Dave. Where can people get it?
you can get it by going to getroman.com/redline, and when you do that, your first month of swipes are just $5 when you choose the monthly plan. Can you believe that, Ed? And like Chief said, they think we're having a lot more sex than we are. So when you get that first little box in the mail,
Quote unquote month's worth.
it'll
last ya.
You think that Roman thinks you're like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well,
Well,
it's
maybe-
because
yeah.
their stuff turns you into that. They know once that girl gets a taste of that once, they know they're coming back
That's
for
true.
more.
Lots more.
Yeah.
Or dude, if
Like you're gonna have to be washing those bed sheets in the morning. Gonna be
Yeah.
soaked.
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
also good for dude on dude stuff. So
Okay.
What's up with the White Sox, David?
We can talk about the White Sox. Last night was the most entertaining baseball game I've watched all season long.
oh, it's good.
It was so fucking fun to watch. I got this weird like sixth sense when I know the White Sox are going to completely fuck up or when I think they're going to come back. So Dylan Cease pitched an absolute gem. Went 6 innings, 11 strikeouts. He was making and that's a loaded lineup that he was just making look stupid. I think he struck out 5 of the first 6 hitters of the game.
Yep.
And it was just like these guys didn't have a chance. Then they go down 2-1 and then 4-2. and it was 4-2 in the 8th inning, and I'm in this group text with a bunch of White Sox fans, and they're all bitching like, I can't believe they just blew this C-start. Like, these are the games they got to win. But I'm like, they're going to win this game. And it's just one of those things I got that sixth sense for. I knew they were going to win that game. And they came back with 2 in the 9th. Lou with that nice little opposite field piss rod. And then it was just back and forth for, I think they went 12, right? Was it 12? 12 innings for the next 3 innings. And with that stupid extra inning rule. But on top of that, the umpire was historically bad. More in the White Sox favor than not, but he was bad for both sides. It was like a playoff baseball game on a random Tuesday night in June. I had a lot of fun watching it, but back to 500, I think they got down to 6 under 500 at one point.
Trending up.
And they've beaten the Yankees in a series. They've beaten the Rays in the season series, I want to say. They've beaten the Rays in a series. They should have fucking beaten the Dodgers in a series. And now they've beaten the Blue Jays in a series. They're beating good teams with pretty good regularity at this point. And for the first time, I am excited about what's to come because the schedule officially starts to flip. If you want to Google, there's a bunch of aggregate websites that do this, but Tankathon is the one that I use. If you want to look it up, the White Sox have, next to the Cardinals, the easiest schedule in baseball from here on out. So their schedule is completely front-loaded. While the Twins were playing like Oakland Athletics, the Detroit Tigers, like shit teams, the Sox were playing the AL East. Their interleague matchup is the Dodgers, and now the Giants are next week. They've treaded water at 30. They're at 500 now, and now it's time for them to just it's go time. Like, beat the shit out of these garbage teams and go and win the division. Chief and I got tagged in a tweet yesterday. I think probably more of you guys might have too, but there was a dude who made a futures play on the Barstool Sports book, and I wanted to bring this up to you guys. I'll pull up the tweet right now. He made 5 total futures plays, and he combined the champions from all 4 sports leagues. He hit the LA Rams. He hit the Golden State Warriors. He hit the, what else?
Georgia football,
that was it. And then he's got the White Sox, Rays, Dodgers, Yankees, and he's got a second Dodgers futures play. So he's got, I added it up, he could cash out right now just on 5 $100 bets. He could cash out for over 40 grand. That's a nice little ROI. But the question is, what do you do with the White Sox right now? So he could cash out that ticket for about 5 grand right now.
How much was it for?
$100 bet.
And if he
wins
holds
you
on
like
to
144 or something like that? Would it win him 100 plus?
This one,
The Dodgers was a lowest,
141.
obviously.
So if the White Sox win the World Series, this ticket, and he doesn't cash out, he will win $141,440.
Gotta hang on it.
Dude, we're but he's got all these other ones. So this is the one that is like, what do you do with it? So the odds are going to start to go up. They're only 3.5 games out of the division. The Twins got like the Twins have a hard schedule from here on out. The Indians are peaking as right now, I think.
16 and 4 in June, I think. The Indians are?
The Indians are super hot right now. Yeah, the Indians are super hot. Or the Guardians. And
it'd be funny if we got canceled over that.
Nah, you can't.
I'm not, you know what
Steve
I mean.
Stone does it like every episode. It's just, I've done it for 33 years. It's going to happen for the next however long. Anyways, I think that he lets it ride until like, because I don't think as currently constructed the White Sox will win the World Series. I wish I could say otherwise, but I don't, unless Han just has a fucking unbelievable trade deadline, which I don't know is possible because
but the Braves didn't have a good. The Braves ended up having a good trade deadline, but not
exactly
the way that you're saying. Han has to hit on like a couple guys that end up being like Soler and Duvall were awesome,
and Rosario was fucking outstanding.
Yeah, I didn't even say his name.
And Jock Peterson.
So then
he has to hit on all those. Like
Al Leiter said today on MLB Network, he was like, "I love the White Sox. He's like, they're ready. Like something's gonna happen, and they're." You watch Cease, you watch Cope, like something's about to drop.
They're gonna start to really play consistently good baseball, I think. But what I would do for him is I would ride it to the trade deadline and then reassess. If they're in first place at the deadline, these numbers are gonna go up big time. And
Is the wild card in play too? Because that's a consideration for this. There's 3 wild card spots.
Yeah, of course
and right
it
now,
is.
obviously, the Rays, Blue Jays, Red Sox, and Twins and Guardians. Well, one of Twins, Guardians, White Sox. You'd say one of those teams, and then the other 3 teams in the East: the Rays, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays. But the Yankees are like
they
14
would
ahead
Well,
right now.
that's his other ticket.
It's also impossible
He
to
could
tell
cash
someone
that
if they
ticket
should
out.
hedge or not if you don't know their financial situation.
Yeah.
well, that's what I like about this guy is because they're $100 bets. So what that tells me is he's just like us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not some high roller that's making 20 grand when that's one of his unit plays. It's this guy that just got insanely fucking lucky.
Or good at Photoshop.
Or, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
He's got to feel great though. He's got 3 AL teams and he's got the fucking Dodgers. And I know the Rays aren't performing
that
well
Yankees
now.
ticket is for 150 grand
Yeah.
if they hit.
Nice.
Which ticket would you cash out? The Yankees right now, you can cash out for 21,000.
21,000.
And the White Sox, you can cash out for 48.
And Rays, you could cash out for 43. I would let the White Sox ride until the deadline, and it'll be over 10 grand.
The Rays?
No,
4,300
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
But the Yankees cash out one is 21
right now.
Right now.
21 grand.
Yeah.
21 grand.
And
Do you,
No,
so
because
then
the Yankees are going to be in the ALCS.
I still don't trust
I
the
think you
pitching.
sell.
I know it's been
I would sell the
unbelievable, but-
Dodgers and then maybe hedge on the NL. The Dodgers might not have Walker Buehler for the playoffs. If they don't have Walker Buehler for the playoffs, they're an underdog for
he can
against the
cash, he can
Mets.
cash that out for 11 and change.
I might take that and then just fucking ride hard on the American League.
and just pray. I mean, right now he could cash out for 40 grand on 5 tickets, on $400, $500 worth of bets. That's fucking. I love those kind of stories, and I love that it was on the Barstool Sportsbook too.
I think the
dreams
Mets
come
are
true.
8-1. You could.
Yeah, you could start hedging with throw the Giants in there.
Maybe
the
you
Mets.
start throwing 10 grand on the Mets or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to go about it, but specifically the White Sox, I'm letting it ride to the deadline, and at that point, I would hope that they're in first place, and then you could cash out for 15 grand or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We got Ice Cube walking into the office right now, I believe.
That's a FedEx guy.
That's a FedEx.
But
Never mind.
Ice Cube,
he's going to be here.
Ice Cube will be here shortly. So
Shortly,
if you see
yeah, and honestly, let's just get to Darnell Mooney. Let's talk about innovative, then get to Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, no, innovative guys for your ADHD management, innovativeadd.com. They've been a great partner of ours. And we've talked before about their health clinics and stuff. You see them all the time, and you're seeing a lot more now. It's like we talk about innovative, and now I'm seeing them in corners everywhere. And my first exposure was during COVID testing, and they've partnered with us to kind of get the word out about their ADHD management. And it's a pain in the ass if you got to go pick up scripts, you got to call somebody. If it's becoming an obstacle in the course of life where it shouldn't be. InnovativeADD.com can help you guys, especially you must be a resident of Illinois, but they take insurance. And that's great, taking insurance.
Yeah, they have compassionate and kind staff, and they just remove all the frustration from ADHD management, and it's actually easy to get appointments, and it refills with Innovative ADHD. Go to innovativeadd.com to sign up. Like Carl said, must be a resident of Illinois. They take insurance. Most companies
And
don't
that's
do
huge
that.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big. So go do that. A bunch of clinics all around Chicago. So just type in your zip code. You'll be able to find one pretty easily. So it's nice. Go do that. And Darnell Mooney, was great to have him in. Good luck to that guy with his White Sox future. Who knows what he's going to do. But yeah, let's get to Darnell Mooney.
Whoosh.
All right, so we are in the interview portion of the show. We are joined in studio by Bears wide receiver Darnell Mooney. Darnell, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in, man. How's it going? How are you? What's
Wide receiver number 1.
Yeah, wide receiver number 1. How's that feel?
Feels good.
Feels good. Does it? We'll start with that then.
Yeah.
What do you think about people being like, oh, they need a 1, they need a 1, they need a 1? Take exception to that?
I don't really understand it. I think it's like more of a fan thing because you have you have guys that aren't receiver ones to credentials and they blossom. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Your agent might Like us calling you a wide receiver number one.
That's right, yeah.
No, but honestly, so we had Roquan in here last summer, and we didn't even talk about football a whole lot either. We were just kind of like, hey man, like Roquan, you're our guy, and we want to know more about you. So what's up, man? So you originally born in Ohio, and then you moved to Bama, or what's your tell us your upbringing a little bit?
Originally, I was born in Tennessee.
Okay,
I was there about a year.
Yeah, bad info from
I'm raised in Ohio though.
The Australian guy told us that, so maybe his geography is just off. Yeah,
so good. Raised in Ohio, then moved to Alabama. So,
okay.
What's what your high school in Alabama?
Gaston City High School.
Gadsden. Did you beat Hoover?
Hell no.
No, dude. So is Hoover like that's like the fucking big shit, huh?
Yeah, they beat us like 42-7.
No shit.
Do you remember that show, Two-A-Days?
Yeah,
MTV.
Yeah.
So were you like starstruck going to that stadium, like all the swoop haircuts and all that kind of stuff?
I mean, I was good, cause it's all talk like, man, you gotta be Hoover, Hoover.
Okay.
And honestly, well, my best friend now is actually from Hoover. So like,
no shit.
It's crazy how we played against each other. They beat the hell out of us, and then we end up being on the same team in college.
Oh, okay.
How did you end up at Tulane? Do you just have a big brain? I feel like people don't understand that Tulane and Northwestern are all like, these are where all the smart kids
big
go.
powerhouse school. So I had a little ACT issue.
Okay.
Wasn't getting my ACT back, and then a lot of schools that were interested in me didn't, like, kind of fell off.
Okay.
And then Tulane had the opportunity, like they had new coaches. Probably like in January, and then they were just offering guys,
just throwing them out. Yeah.
And then like 3 days before signing day, I got my ACT back, and it was a good score. And
Do you want to brag about it?
I got like 23, 24.
Okay. All right.
Like
Yeah.
Not the best, but
Yeah.
it was decent.
That's all you needed.
Good
You got
enough for
what you needed.
Tulane. Yeah.
Exactly.
Better than me.
And then they gave me my scholarship, and I went to Tulane.
So was their uniform a part of that? Because they have the best uniforms, I feel like, in college football now.
At first, it was the uniforms were kind of basic.
Okay.
But it was
now look at
it. It's
they're,
crazy.
In your last year, they were nasty too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What's the mascot? The mascot's pretty
It's like
sick
the Green
too,
Wave,
right?
right?
Yeah, the Green Wave.
Yeah. It's like the
that
opposite
guy.
of the Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
But those are
I like that guy.
I think those are the best uniforms in college football.
No doubt.
Those light blue with the green, they
I can
are.
vouch to that.
Yeah.
So was Gadsden? Was that like a crazy football town too? Like what was it?
I mean, Alabama in general is all about football.
Yeah.
It's not big on basketball and stuff. I mean, I loved basketball, but
Oh, that's your like first thing you like?
that's my thing.
Point guard.
Yeah.
Did you have opportunity to play basketball in college?
Nah.
No.
If
You want to
you're-
try to beat my Papa Shot record after
Oh,
this?
I definitely will. Definitely.
145. 145. I'd like to see you try.
Or were you just dropping the ball at the top?
No,
of
He was
I'm just
touching
wet.
the-
I'm just absolutely wet. So
What I interviewed Rush Probst last year on my show. That guy, I would you know who that is right? Oh, from
the coach. Yeah.
That was some energy, man. That guy's fucking intense. It was crazy. But no. So what was where else were you looking at college wise?
Arizona State was a actual contender at the end, but it was really just Tulane.
Really?
Yeah, that was my only offer.
Trying to stay home or that was just, they were the only D1 offer?
Yeah.
I don't understand how
I mean, that
these
was the
schools
only
miss
offer I
guys.
had. Period.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And now you're just like, look at me.
Yeah.
Number one wide receiver in the NFL. Yeah. Nick Saban, he fucked up.
Is that so is it a surprise to you, or are you like, hey, this is where I've always thought I would be?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I always thought this is where I'd be. I knew the type of player I was or am, and I mean, it's only more that I can show.
What was your reaction when you got the call from the Bears?
I was chilling. I actually was working out at the time. So
Okay. So you're
I
just
was
like, whatever, I'll show up.
Whoever calls me. Just,
Okay. But there was no Alabama, New Orleans, Chicago with bear weather. There was no like, oh man, I got to go north.
Nah, it was
No.
good.
Okay.
Only place I didn't want to go was Cali because of taxes.
Look at that.
Smart guy.
That is smart.
Yeah.
It's bad there, huh?
Everyone's leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But people are leaving here too. So
But No, man. I think in 5th round, is that what you expected, or were like, what was your like draft day? What was your thing?
Expected. I mean, I didn't really know. I wanted to go 4th round, if anything. But like I said, I was good wherever.
Was there any moment early in the season or in camp where you're like, I got this? Like, I'm going to be a player in this league?
I actually had that mindset when I was a junior in college. Like, I was like, yeah, I got the keys to receiver. Like,
okay,
I'm just going to continue to – I literally had a plan in college. I was like, first year, just chill, don't step on anybody's toes. Second year, make a couple plays. Third year, go crazy.
Lights out.
4th year, don't get hurt.
I mean,
This might be the smartest guy we've ever interviewed. Yeah.
You know what you want. You know how to get there. So, I mean, does your, besides don't get hurt, well, maybe it does. Does that kind of align with what you're at, where you're at now? I mean, you're coming into your 3rd year.
Oh, 3rd year, let's go crazy.
Yeah, go crazy.
Go crazy.
So we're looking at a big year here.
No doubt.
That's. I mean,
Like
that's
hearing
exciting,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Do you So you just finished what was it, voluntary camp? Is that what it was? And then
Minicamp, yep.
And so I read you're going down to Atlanta or something with Fields and Jones.
Yeah, we may change plans. People come with cameras and stuff. So we may just stay here. We may go to Florida. We don't know yet. We have to get that plan together.
Oh, so people like us talking about it, you're afraid people are going to be snapping you guys.
You just let us know, and we'll keep it a secret.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's good, man. How's it been with Justin so far?
It's good. He's locked in for sure, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a big year. For
Yeah.
Sure.
So all that, people like taking pictures of him on the iPad, that's real stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you see his quote yesterday?
No.
He had a quote. Someone's like, "Are you ready for football?" And he's like, "Honestly, no. Like, we're not prepared. We're not ready to play." I'm like, Jesus, dude. Like, that's not like, just give it. People want to hear that you're fired up.
Yeah, I feel him. I mean, honestly, he's talking about like team wise, everybody, getting accustomed to the playbook, and are we like actually ready to compete? He's right.
Yeah,
we're not.
Yeah. How has the vibe been or what's changed from the last coaching regime to this one?
It's night and day, man.
How so?
Just it's smooth. I mean, everybody knows where to go, when to do something, what's the expectation, what's the standard, and you know what you're getting out of the next day. It's not coming in and just like okay, what we got going on.
Okay,
like,
so just more organized.
Yeah. So everybody knows exactly what the coaches want.
All right, I got to know about why that practice got canceled. Were you involved in, like they said, the practice got suspended, basically suspended the whole team for being too physical?
It was. I don't think it was just more the physical part. It was like because they went back of a practice at the beginning when we started, so it was kind of guys just getting back into playing and people just falling all over the place. So it really wasn't too much of a physical.
I got so fired up. I'm like, the boys are hitting. They're ready to go. Yeah.
No, it wasn't no tackling or anything.
Okay. All right. I was like, we got a physical football team. And they're getting suspended for hitting each other in June.
It's like finding out Santa's not real.
Yeah. I wish you had just been like,
over.
There were fights everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. So is Eberflus an intense guy?
He's a chill guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's chill.
Everything you hear is that he's like, oh, he's gonna bring like the nasty back to Chicago and stuff. Yeah. So he's pretty relaxed.
Yeah, I mean, like he has the standard. Yeah. I mean, he may let you know the tone, but honestly, talking to him, he's not like rah like type of guy.
Interesting.
But no, he sets the standard. He sets what everybody's mindset is, and then he's just like, he's really like head coach. Like he doesn't really like in anybody's face or anything. Like he let the coaches coach. He's not doing really much. He's just making sure everything's organized.
I love to hear that.
I like that too.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Is what like speaks to you? Do you like that? Do you like kind of letting people do your thing, or are you someone who, likes people being a little bit more hands on, like kind of like being like, hey, like we'll get in your ass, so to speak?
I mean, I like how he's handling the situation. I like how you need somebody that's in charge of like the organization part of it. Everybody, you can't have the organization part and trying to do one thing. So I mean, it'll be a toll on that person, and I've seen that as well. But I like how he just lets Luke just do his thing. He's not a part of it. I mean, he's in our meetings and stuff, and he understands the playbook. He knows the playbook. He knows what's going on both sides, but he kind of stays out of the way from my view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it like last year, at the end of last year especially, was it kind of, was the locker room getting kind of sour?
Yeah, you can definitely feel the energy.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, just having that time is like, man, all right, let's get this over with, bro. Like,
Let's fast forward to January.
It's getting brutal out here. Just continue losing.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard to have a good mindset going into the next week. It's like, oh my God, we just keep losing.
Yeah, it was tough. And do you feel, obviously different last year, the wide receiver room transfers over to this year. Do you feel like it's your room?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like I gotta be more vocal. Last year, a lot of the guys in there were like asking me questions. Even when I first got here, like asking me questions, I'm like, bro, I just got here. I'm trying to I know everything. I mean, I know the playbook, but like, bro, I'm trying to figure it out just as well as you is. I got some answers for you, but
Just run faster.
That's crazy though, man.
Yeah.
Like that's like, it's a tough spot to be put in.
yeah. I mean, I'm good though.
Yeah.
You like that responsibility?
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that I can't just worry about me. Like,
Yeah.
especially with where we're going now, it's like if I'm gonna get double team or whatnot, the next guy definitely has to play good. So
Yeah.
making sure everybody's on their P's and Q's, and once they do play good, then the double team will go away. So
Were you a rah-rah guy at Tulane? Like,
Nah,
is that, no,
never that,
you're
never
just kind of like a lead by example guy?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If I did say something, everybody knew, like, all right, hush, because I'm saying something real. So
Okay.
I like that though.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. And what was like? How much did you pull from Allen Robinson? Was he kind of like the alpha before, and was he teaching like the way it sounds like you're trying to teach?
I mean, he never was like I'm the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he definitely helped out everybody that
Okay.
could. But I still talk to him to this day.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to go to Miami, go back and train at Bomeritos. But
He just leaked it. That's where they're going.
not the date though. Not the date. But nah, I mean, yeah, he was definitely the guy that can help out everybody. Sometimes we'll bounce off ideas from each other. If I'm not in on a certain play, then he'll be like, "Hey, how did my route look? How did my release look?
Oh, okay.
Did I look good?" And the play in general. But
Yeah.
nah, I definitely liked having A-Rob, just being able to communicate well like that.
Are you excited for? You said you're still learning the playbook. The team's still learning the playbook. Do you think that the new system will benefit the offense more than the last one?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. Okay. Okay. All right. Like that too, obviously.
The smile too. If you're watching this on YouTube, the smile says it all. We
Yeah.
don't have to ask more, but I think everyone knows what that smile means.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a big year. Right. If the Rams don't, kind of have a hangover.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be nice for sure.
Speaking of the Rams, what do you make of this little internet rivalry with Jalen Ramsey?
Oh, I don't pay no attention.
No attention to it.
Nah.
Okay. Is he yappy at you on the field?
Nah, I didn't really hear anything.
No?
from him. Yeah,
Because that's like a big storyline.
yeah.
What?
The whole Mooney versus Ramsey thing.
I don't go into it.
Oh, I mean, I'll have to pull up the quotes, but it was like the fans were getting on him, on Jalen Ramsey, and he just is like, I would say he was a little disrespectful of Darnell, of our guy.
I didn't really go against him in the game that much.
Pull it up.
It's probably like 5 or 6 times.
No, so he's just talking to talk.
I don't. He can't mess with the Bears fans. They don't play that.
Yeah.
No, you got that for sure. What's like your thing outside of football? Like, what do you like nerd out over anything? Like something?
I just love music.
Yeah.
I play video games a lot.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm just chilling.
What's your
listening to
game?
music. Call of Duty, Madden, 2K,
Okay.
whatever you want.
Okay.
What music do you do?
All genres.
Yeah. What'd you think of the new Drake?
It's smooth. A lot of people hate it though.
Yeah.
But I was listening to it on the way up here for the first take, but I was just texting some of my friends. And I'm like, yo, it's good. It got a couple of good songs on here. So, but it has some that's he just put on there. Just I don't know why, but
Yeah.
it's definitely decent.
Yeah.
album.
People hate everything though.
Well, will that get played in the locker room pregame, this new Drake?
I'll play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who controlled the music last year?
Tariq Cohen.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's like it's a vacant spot.
Yeah.
So has anyone stepped up in minicamp?
Me and Justin plays music often.
Okay.
What is he like? He definitely loves some
Yeah.
Drake.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I could tell. He's like a little. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's funny. What really keeps you going? Like, what makes you tick? Like, what is it? Just proving people wrong, fifth rounder, or what? What really makes you go?
My future wife and kids. I'm just eager to get them set successfully wherever they go. I can just support them. Because after football, man, I'm sitting on the couch. I'm not doing shit.
You're not doing anything.
That I don't know, man. I feel like you could. Like seems like you get bored with that. Like it seems like you're a thinker.
I mean, video games help that.
Okay. All right.
I could see you being a gamer.
Yeah.
I could see that, bro. Is that? Oh, and then obviously we got to talk about the jugs machine story.
Oh yeah.
What? So you actually bought a jugs machine?
Yeah, I bought 2 of them.
2 of them. Why? What? One's is not good enough. Well, you got the upgraded
I
model.
bought one here and then one back in Alabama.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to check that either. Like, that's probably a pain in the ass to bring on a plane.
Yeah.
So what? How much is a jugs machine?
That's about what, 2,700.
Oh, okay.
Can you expense that? I take an Uber. I'm like, expense. So I feel like a jug machine is a tax write off or at least
I
an
have
expense.
no idea. I just have to go with the tax guy. I got a good tax guy, man.
Guys?
Thanks guys.
You should tell McCaskey that he should be able to expand. Every wide receiver should have a jugs machine.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So wait, so what was the story though? Did you get like a bonus and then you bought it or what?
As soon as I got my signing bonus from like the draft or whatever, I immediately bought a jug machine.
People love that story.
Yeah, and then I was literally in my apartment because they had to stay in hotels. I had nothing but a jug machine and a love set bean bag, and I was in there.
You were good to go.
What else could you possibly need? Yeah.
So who watches your jugs machine when you're not in that city?
Who watches?
Yeah,
it?
like
well, it's I kind of donated it to the school.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
So yeah, so just whenever I just come home,
see. That's how you beat Hoover.
Yeah.
no doubt.
You buy your fucking high school a jugs machine.
So if you is it like an auto loader, or do you have an intern?
Nah,
being like, here, just sleep on the love seat here, just feed the jugs.
No, I got a doctor that he comes by when he shoots it, or like the chef.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Damn. I love that. That's so fun. I didn't know you had 2. That's not being reported enough.
Yeah.
That you didn't just buy 1, you bought 2.
Yeah.
So that's great. Why are you 11?
It was what was available.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
No special.
What was your number in college?
3.
3. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now that you're allowed to wear anything as wide receiver, would you consider
It's
switching?
retired.
I know that's retired, but
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
I would.
Okay.
But no, I went to the equipment room this year. I was like, yeah, let me get a number. He was like, you're not switching numbers at all. Like,
We've sold too many of those at
Yeah.
Dick's Sporting Goods. Like you're stuck with 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's sensational to really be in that spot where, the whole team kind of gets gutted and you're left as like one of the guys. Like you don't really have a choice, like we said, to be kind of the vocal leader and everything. So
Yeah, because how old are you now?
24.
Yes, that's
like when Roquan came in,
Yep.
we're like, damn, you're just so young.
I know.
Really, there's like a handful of you guys left kind of holding it down, I feel.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It's crazy how in the NFL, like they say it's a new team every year. And actually hearing about it and seeing it, it's wild.
Really?
Yeah.
What's like the weirdest thing? Like all the new faces, or just like, hey, that's Khalil's not in that locker anymore?
I mean, new faces for sure. It's just like you can remember the last game in the locker room, and then the first day of OTAs. It's like, Jesus, like
Yeah.
it's a complete different team.
Crazy.
It's like, I guess it would maybe be similar to college. Like everyone graduates,
Yeah.
and then it's like a whole, like a new 25%. Maybe this year it's like even more than that for the Bears.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
What about so I feel like who's left on the offense of names? It's you, Justin, and Cole. Who's like the guy that gets you like hyped up before the game?
Hyped up? Nah, nobody.
Nobody?
Himself.
Nobody.
Just you and
I
Drake.
like seeing David Montgomery. He's pretty locked in.
Okay.
Seeing him move around, but yeah, I'm just Drake. No. Sometimes I really listen to chill music, man, before the game.
Yeah.
It's really like just all about no pumped up music.
What's
Okay.
a chill song?
Like Alicia Keys.
Oh, all right.
Something slow.
Some people
Calm
want
me
it all.
down. Yeah.
I like that. That's
Look
a good
at you.
song. Hey, you like that one?
Yeah.
You didn't think I had that
It's like
one?
what a Paul.
You didn't think I had that? Yeah, I got that, Darnell. What? So like, but obviously, like you guys know where you're projected to finish and what your record's supposed to be. Is it kind of like, are you more like just ready to, like, are you mentally prepared for that? Like, are you ready? Like, hey, like this is, we're trying to build here. It's year 3. You'd like to be in a position where it's like, hey, it's my time and we're about to compete. But like, does it feel that way where everyone's like, hey, like it's going to take some time?
Nah, and you talking about in the building?
Yeah.
Nah, not at all.
No, it's
Not
like
at
you,
all.
in that building, people are like, hey, we could surprise some people.
No doubt.
Really?
No doubt.
I mean, I feel like that what that's what everyone would say.
Yeah.
But something about how you said it just kind of
Convincing.
convinced me.
Really, it's our mindset. Well, not our mindset, but as skill players, we're just like, man, if the O line can give Justin some time, just to get us the ball often, like, oh, we're gonna blow.
Yeah.
So everyone is like bought in on Justin.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, because that's been like, that was a little bit of a storyline, at least in the media. I'm a big Justin Fields guy, for the record, but it felt like people are like, oh well, we don't know. Here we go again, another quarterback. But you're saying like forget all that.
Yeah. Nah, Justin's the real deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But does it set in just how battered we are in this city from our past quarterbacks? Like, do you feel that just being here for 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize with the history of like quarterback situations until like everybody was talking about Justin and all that.
Yeah.
But actually looking back, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I can see why.
It's bad. It's been bad.
It's very bad.
There's that stat where like the Packers have had 2 quarterbacks start games in the last 40 years. It's like Favre and Rodgers. Bears have had like 58.
That's
58
crazy.
different starters. So it's been rough, but I believe him. I believe him.
Yeah.
Do you that Cleveland game, was that just one of the most miserable games
Yeah,
you
I've
ever
never
played in?
been a part of that situation ever before.
I mean, you must have ran your route and
Yeah.
then looked back 3 seconds later and he's just on the ground.
Yeah, it was a couple times. It's like, bro, I'm finna take 2 steps, and I don't know. I feel like Miles is just gonna get back there, just teleport back there or something like that. So I'm
Dude,
just
and that's what he does too.
It does, yeah.
It's crazy.
yeah, that was a wild game.
That
Okay.
was one of the hardest games to watch in
Yeah.
the last couple of years for sure. All right then, Lance, you got anything? Lance, you're a big Bears fan.
What I was going to say about the Jalen Ramsey thing is because you totally burned him on a double move one time. And that's the thing. You got him once, and Bears fans are just like, now I think they changed your Wikipedia page for like Jalen Ramsey's father to Darnell Mooney, So that's where that came from.
Oh, okay.
The quote was,
Thank you,
can't
Lance.
wait till week 1. So all these lame-ass Bears fans, that would be people like me, can shut the fuck up about their number 2 wide receiver. And I was talking about you. So that was Jalen. Like I said, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. But you don't care.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really get into the social media.
All right, I'll do
talk
that for you. I'll
about
be
it.
your bouncer on the internet. Go after Jalen.
Beautiful. Darnell, thanks for coming in, man. It was awesome to have you here. What's your gamer tag, your Twitter? What's everything? Where can people find you?
My gamer tag is Yo Mooney on PlayStation,
There we
Okay.
go.
and Activision is Chill. I don't know the rest of the numbers. You just got to find it out.
There you go. All right. And do people give out gamer tags, or should you give it on your
don't know.
Twitch? Are people going to be hitting you up to play games now?
I get a lot of friend requests daily.
Oh,
so-
you do?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well,
Our number 1 gamer guy's not here right now.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure
need-
he'll hit you up.
anything else you want to get out there or any plug like that?
Good.
Nice.
You want
Let's
to give
go,
Papa
man.
a shot a try?
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
it.
All right.
Thanks, Darnell. Seriously, man.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
Thanks to Darnell Mooney. That's awesome. Thanks so much for coming in too, spending time with us. And let's say thank you to our friends at Manscaped too for sponsoring us and making this episode happen. The lawnmower, I mean, there's so many iterations of it, and
How about
each
this one?
each iteration, my balls become more and more thankful and grateful.
How about
know what
the
I love?
Platinum Package 4.0?
Platinum,
Yeah. The Platinum Package 4.0, they're introducing you to their best and biggest ultimate hygiene bundle yet. And that's the Platinum Package 4.0. Manscaped's brand new Platinum Package 4.0 is the biggest bundle they've ever offered, giving you a bulk discount on Manscaped's top products. Inside this Platinum Package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, ultra premium body wash, ultra premium 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner, ultra premium deodorant, Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Ball Spray Toner, Anti-Chafing Boxers, and Shed Travel Bag to hold your goods while traveling. The Platinum 4.0 package covers all bases from head to toe. That's a lot of good shit.
Yeah, clean your grundle, get this bundle. That's the way we need to be doing it, boys.
That's a good one.
I have been indulging in the ball toner.
Nice.
My nutsack is like a bowling ball right now.
Oh, really?
It is shiny, glossy. It's all oiled up like it's got the lane oil on it basically. It's
lane oil?
unbelievable.
Yeah, what do you got, a 38 Dragon pattern, just picking up oil as you go?
Just like the 38 Dragon pattern.
Okay,
yeah.
we like that
Yeah.
over the 17 board. But Dave, ball's smooth. I could tell when you came in here. It's not a shine to you. It's just more of a general glow.
It's an energy.
Do you want me
It's got
to
a pepiness
whip
step.
out my nutsack on the
do it.
table?
Is this on YouTube? Do you guys mind pausing for a second?
Subscribe to his.
We're going to get a good look at White Sox Dave's balls here.
I've been waiting for
Does
this.
one hang low?
I think they hang about the same length.
That's good.
I got it. All right. Can we transition? I got to ask a question.
Let's finish up that.
Get 20%
promo.
off and free shipping with code REDLINE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code REDLINE.
All right. Use promo code REDLINE at manscaped.com. Yes. We love Manscaped. What the fuck's with the glasses? Are these fake or are these real?
These are Felix Gray glasses that I've been doing in the starting 9 episodes because they're like blue light gray. Like
Yeah.
they're not. No, these are not
Are they a sponsor?
prescription or whatever. They are sponsored.
Well, can I see them?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do these do?
They help with blue light. So now we're
what's
coming
blue
out of one ad read into another, which isn't what they want. But so we had to like pick out, and they sent us the wrong ones. They're supposed to be like regular. If you look at your phone, like look at a screen or something. If
looks
you
like a
spend
screen.
time, I know, but if you spend, it's supposed to like filter out the stuff
It
that
does.
makes you tired.
Yeah, I have a pair from the
Yeah.
Portnoy show.
Yeah.
They're nice. I like Felix Gray.
And it's supposed to be like a way as we're doing this for Felix Gray, where it's like, oh, they know. So to be quite honest, I wasn't even thinking you can wear them for the rest of the show. You look good, Dave. To be honest with you,
Nice, Dave.
a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
Now we can talk about your Tony La Russa takes without people calling you a meatball.
Cool that I don't know. There's wide receivers are just like that's like shortstops in baseball, point guards in basketball,
Yeah.
wide receivers in football. It's just such a cool. You have to be so cool and athletic.
He's not like he is 0% diva. You know how wide receivers have that word attached to him a lot of
Yeah,
times?
definitely.
He has none of that. Zero diva.
He seems
But-
like he's got some dog in him just by watching
Just
him
a
play.
quietly confident guy, and like the stories he told about like high school and stuff, where he's like, "Oh no, I even though I wasn't really getting recruited, I knew." He's like, "I knew I'd be in the NFL."
I
He's
love
got
that
2
kind of
jugs
shit.
machines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
2.
we gotta get. Why doesn't Dave have a jugs machine? I'm surprised you don't. Or an Iron Mike in like a storage facility, just waiting for you to have the property to.
Is
set
that
it
the
up.
speed bag where you
Iron Mike is the machine where it's the pitching machine where you can load up with like 700 balls and it just goes one at a time.
With the
you
big
don't
ass
need
arm.
you know how like most
Yeah.
pitching machines you need someone
Yeah.
to man the jugs.
Yeah, it's just
This
a
is when you
basket.
just push the button and you can just go for hours.
Those are the old school ones
Iron
where
Mike.
Yeah.
they would have like the pitch on the concrete and the balls would roll down into the basket
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
it would all
like the
pick-
outdoor batting cages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They had the one on Fabian Parkway.
Yep.
I used to go there all the time.
Iron Mike. That was a good name. Industrial sports equipment.
I didn't know that's what they were called. Those I don't even know if those are around anymore.
We had a high school one where you could shoot baskets and then it would catch. It would be underneath it. We'd catch misses or it would catch makes and then it would shoot the ball back out to you. You go in the morning, the boys would be just putting up fucking threes. Hey, Harrigan's getting us working today. Good, I like that. We got fucking caramel on Friday. But what else we got?
The Cubs are making me a decent amount of coin lately.
Have you been betting against them?
I have been.
Good for you there. Plus 135 yesterday with Swarmer on the mound against a very bad Pirates team who's actually playing okay.
Yeah,
I got a guy we can talk about. Let's talk about Jack Sawinski. Who knows Jack Sawinski in this room?
Yeah.
Jack Sawinski, 15th rounder
Norwood
in
Park guy.
2016.
Oh, yeah,
out of
yeah,
Taft
yeah,
High School.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's like, he could win NL Rookie of the Year. He's on fire
The
for the
fucking
Pirates.
CPS kid.
He's having like he'll be like
Yeah.
he'll be NL Rookie of the Month for June. And his name's Sawinski, which is like very, very close to one of our fake names we do ad reads in for Bear season.
Yeah.
Like he very well could have been Frankie Sawinski.
Yeah, for real. Shout out to
He's a
him.
Norwood Park guy.
Yeah.
Taft High School, 15th round. Like
I
you
love
don't
this kind of
find,
shit. Yeah,
It's
ever.
one thing for pitchers too from Chicago to come in because pitching is one of those things where it's like you can only throw so many pitches in a season too, and pitchers are going to naturally take time off. Position players play year round. If I'm in Texas and I'm a serious position player, like I might take the month of December off because you're doing this and that, but your tournaments run into November. Your practices are going to start in January. You play around the clock. And literally the difference between what? Any sport. There's a reason those Canadian kids they play more hockey. The Brazilians play more, literally at a fundamental level in their culture. It's just a bigger part. They play more of it. Mm-hmm. So when you get a kid from Taft High School whose dad works for the city, who's like, yeah, I played rec league. I tried to play as good as I could. And then a scout's like, hey, maybe that's the type of kid. If we plug them into a pro system and they can play every day, they get much better. And obviously, as I'm saying this, the best baseball player of all time is a kid who never played baseball as a kid, Mike Trout. It's not until you get into the rhythm of doing it every single day you can find out how good you are. And that's why it's so hard for Illinois kids to make it, because you don't even get drafted because you're not playing every day.
It's gotten so much better than when we were up.
Illinois is considered a top 5 state to draft a kid from.
It's gotten. When we were in high school, it was fine. Football
Mike
was way better.
Bowden was our fucking
kid. And that was the biggest story back then. We've had Quinn Priester, Pirates draft pick. We've had Mike Fultonevich. He was 14th overall by Houston.
Smolinski from whatchamacallit.
Jake Smolinski,
Ian Kroll's
Rockford,
another kid.
Ian Kroll. He struck me out in 3 pitches.
TJ McFarland.
He was awesome.
Yeah, a lot of good names, but there's something about
it's gotten
the neighborhood
so much better,
or the area, or something about the competitive relations here that lend themselves well to when you get to minor league baseball, where it's you have enough chip on your shoulder because you're a Chicago kid or you're a Midwest kid. You've played against good competition because it's a densely populated area, so just by nature you have a larger pool of kids to pull from. But where you really miss out on is just kind of the reps and the consistent competition. You're not playing every single day. You'll hear about the kid in conference who throws 92 and you play him in 3 weeks. And then all those games in between those, you're not playing against good kids, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a little different, but something to be proud of. Shout out to Jack Sawinski and the Pirates.
Yeah, did it all with frozen ropes on Tui closing too. That's impressive.
What does that mean?
That was an indoor baseball facility where people used to go on the north side.
I remember.
But you know what?
Ropes,
His picture's probably hanging in the lobby right now.
Yeah, if it was, it's been closed for a while. If it was going well, he was still around. But
and he's number 66, which just goes to tell you he went to spring training this year, and they're like, "Hey, Sawinski, you're 66. Fucking deal with it, kid." That ain't it. It's not a number Jack Sawinski went up and pulled. So
probably not.
And the Pirates are noticeably better than the Cubs. The Cubs are now in a battle for last place, which is just crushing. And I don't have the time or energy to do it, but you're starting to wonder if Jed Hoyer even knows what he's talking about with some of these quotes. And I understand they can't build winners and contenders with what they have. I understand why they had to move on. I've talked about it extensively, why I know you weren't going to build a core around these guys the more you get to know. But they're 18 games under 500. And they're just pitching guys. I mean, Michael Swarmer seems like a nice boy. I don't want to say anything mean about these guys that are accomplishing their dreams and stuff.
They're trying their best.
Yep. So that's something I learned from Jake too. He's like, dude, you got to stop stop going in on these guys so hard. Jason Hayward's fucking trying, buddy. He'd give $1 million back if he these guys. I'm over here. This fucking guy talking about Nico Horner. He's like, Nico Horner can hit, dude. Don't think they can't. So it's been an interesting
It's just different perspectives though.
Right.
Pro athletes never
shit on other pro athletes.
We know it's hard, but that, when you sign up for a little bit of that. So I know they're trying. There's just a difference. There are certain guys that if I hear and find out that they don't put the work in or they're being dickheads, and I'll be a little harder on them than I would a guy who's just doing everything the right way. It's just not very good. So as long as you're not making mental mistakes and you're putting effort in, then I think that's fine. But, and I think that's probably the case with the Cubs. There's certain guys they're just not big leaguers, as you like to say.
They're not good.
They're just not good enough. So
they don't, and to your point, they'll be the first people to they'll shit on work ethic, or if you're a douchebag, or if you're an asshole, or if you're cheap, or if you're, just kind of a weird, they'll say that, oh yeah, that guy,
right.
That guy's off in his own world or whatever. When you talk about in between the lines, you will not find a baseball player to say one disrespectful thing about another guy. They'll say, oh, he's got a bad shoulder. Trust me, if you see this guy play at his best. One of Jake's favorite players is Brad Miller. Favorite players. He's all-time teammate, all-time guy to watch. The way he takes it. Brad Miller is I like Brad Miller a lot too, but like it's just different. It's like Brad Miller doesn't hit for power. It's like, well, it's because that's not his game.
It's a fine. It's
It's
a fine line. The Chicklets guys walk that line pretty good because they want to have all these guys on, but when they need to like be critical of a guy, like they're not shy about that either. I feel like they're the ones who've kind of, because they've been on both sides, and I feel like they nail it.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like you could say that about any profession.
I've been sitting around shitting on people for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like now, people could say something about you, be like, oh, what? I don't like the way he does that. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
You're
it's
right.
fucking hard. It's just we go outside and see a fucking welder and be like,
That guy can't weld.
not the
for
best
fucking
weld,
shit.
brother.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know how fucking hard that is? He's sweating under that mask. And he's got to get every fucking little precision thing down.
You know how many people are crossing this bridge, dude, buddy? We need a good weld here.
Yeah, every job could be criticized.
Yep.
It's just nobody cares about people's jobs like they care about theirs.
Unless it's public. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's all. That's the
all
only
it is,
difference.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You think
Yeah,
fucking
definitely.
plumbers, when they walk in, be like, who the fuck did this job before I got here?
No,
This thing is disgusting. You don't think if that was like public? I mean, there's probably do-it-yourself YouTube channels that like do that shit, and someone watches them and is like, oh my god, it fucking fires up the comments.
Yep.
It's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Life, man.
Fucking Brad Miller, shout out.
Yeah,
That's a nice little.
I'm sorry.
Oh man,
nice-
if you are a
nice try.
baseball fan and a Chicago sports fan, Eddie just made
Shaq
a
almost
perfect
ended his
joke.
life. Almost ended his life.
Yeah,
if he connected on that, he's like right in the back of the head. Like he could have killed him.
That was scary. That was scary.
Number
Yeah.
52 with the armpit.
Pride of Purdue, right? Wasn't he a Purdue guy?
Speaking of which, rest in peace, Caleb Swanigan. What a terrible story,
Damn,
man. That
dude.
stuff happens, and you're like, dude, I remember, I don't know. Why did it just hit you? I don't know.
Was he?
I see it on the ticker, and I'm like, fuck.
Was he 2-time Big Ten Player of the Year? Caleb Swanigan?
I don't know if he was Big Ten
might have been.
player, but he was definitely first, second team, and was definitely like
Awesome.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
awesome.
He was awesome.
first round draft pick. The
Just one of those
fragility
guys that
life.
leaves a mark.
Yep.
Yeah,
He was a load.
that was tough.
All right, so I'm actually interested in this. We should spend a second to
Natural causes.
We'll talk. Tay brought up earlier in the show. This is cool. Ice Cube's coming in.
Yep.
Probably the biggest celebrity to come into this office.
1,000%.
Right. Like Ice Cube is
1,000,000%.
coming into our office. So Dave, where can people find what we're gonna do?
So we're gonna
tell
get
us
him
why
in
he's
here.
coming in.
Long story short, not everybody. A lot of people listening to this know Shane Reardon from 670 The Score. He's a good friend of mine. He hit me. We talk regularly. He hit me up. He's like, "Hey, this is Ice Cube's teams, like his management team's contact info. You should hit him up. He just went on our show. He's been great." So I hit her up, and here we are. So he's going to come in and promote the Big Three, which is the 3-on-3 basketball circuit that he does. It's really cool. I went Saturday. Gambling, you can officially gamble on it legally. It's just a matter of like getting them onto the Barstool Sportsbook app eventually. And if you like to gamble, it is going to be a gambler's dream. It's super fast paced, really good entertainment. And it's like Gary Payton was a coach. It's Hakeem Olajuwon's the commissioner. Who was the dude from Kansas State?
Hakeem's
Michael
a commish?
Beasley was playing in the game I went to. It's really cool, and it's like I'm not a basketball fan necessarily, but this is a version of basketball I can get behind. So.
He's going on your music podcast.
Yeah, he's going on
Yeah,
our
so
music
tell us
podcast.
about that music show too, because you were in Nashville for it, talking to
Yeah, so I got asked to like co-host a music podcast about a year and a half ago, and it's actually really picked up steam to the point where we have a lot of big time musicians and bands and whatnot reaching out to us to come on the show. So last week we had Patrick Carney, the drummer of the Black Keys, flew down to Nashville, interviewed him for 2 hours. We've had Duddy B of the Dirty Heads. We've had Corey Wong, Chris Shiflett of the Foo Fighters, Ex-Ambassadors, Anti-Flag, Neon Trees. We have Miles Doty coming on from Slightly Stupid, who's one of my all-time favorite bands. We got a lot of really cool people. So it's similar podcast to this, just more music-based, obviously. And
What are you most excited to ask you, Ice Cube?
I'm going to be in charge of like the rapid fire questions, and I'm going to just One of my favorite things is kind of humanizing celebrities and bringing them down to our level. So I'm gonna one thing I want to know, which is completely stupid considering he's a fucking A-list of A-lister. What's the most pissed off you've ever gotten at O'Shea Jr., his son, who is he played Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton, like on a dad level, like he fucking didn't pick up the dog shit in the living room or something, you know? I would like that kind of stuff. Just
yeah, like, are you the type of like, is it a timeout chair or is it a spanking?
Yeah,
you
right.
know, or is
shit
it
like
or
that.
is it nothing? You know, or is it whatever? Because when you were a kid, you associate your life success with, you know, fucking going out and doing your own thing. I think that parenthood's interesting for really successful people. That's like how do you go about? Because do you attribute success to how you were raised, or do you think you want to do stuff better?
I think everybody probably convinces themselves that they can do a little bit better.
Isn't that part? That's like survival instinct, right? They're like, okay, what I'll do is I'll take.
I'm
going
going
to
do it differently. Yeah, you take the good and leave the bad, but you'll end up putting all your own problems on your own kid.
And then you probably get into it and realize just how fucking good it, like how much harder.
Yeah. Dave, I got bad news for you though. Breaking.
What's that?
Danny Mendick.
I am been trying my hardest not to throw off the flow of the show. So Danny Mendick, I probably speak with Danny and a couple other guys on the team as much as anybody, but I love Danny Mendick because he's had to scratch and claw to get to where he is, and he's finally got to a place where it's on nobody but him. Like they're at a point where they have to push politics, money, prospect status, all that shit aside because the second base job is his to lose right now. And I like those. He was a 22nd rounder at it used to be a D2 school, went to a small JUCO in New York.
Well, he got carried off the field, so it sounds like
he got carried off the field today because he ran into a fucking outfielder because they don't know how to communicate because they're dog shit fundamental baseball team. So hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him or something, but I haven't seen the video yet. It just happened about 4 or 5 minutes ago. And if I know Danny like I think I do, which is relatively decent, he will be back soon because that's what the dude does. He fights some more. So, but it just sucks, man. It fucking sucks.
He always has been resilient.
He does it. I mean, he's had to his entire career. Like he was a organizational filler prospect to just go be a body in the middle infield and scratch and claw to get to the show. And now he's actually performing outstanding at the major league level. So
every bench coach in Major League Baseball is like, give me a Danny Mendick. Give me at least one. They're
he's
favorite
a guy
guys
you
to
win
manage.
with.
Because he could sit for 3 days. Maybe give you 1 at bat over those 3 days. Off day. You go on the road morning and you need somebody to start a day game after a travel game or something, and he's had 1 plate appearances in 4 days. Like, he can literally go give you 4 quality Major League plate appearances. They may not hit for power. He may not do whatever. But if you talk to the bench coaches and the managers, they're like, you have no idea how hard. Because so many big league players are like, well, I didn't take my BP today. I didn't have my fucking juice. I need to be rubbed. So Danny Mendick's a kid who's like, not only do I not need all that stuff, I thrive off the fact that I don't even need the playing time. Like that's why the utility position, and there's news out today, Buck Showalter is lobbying for utility to be a position in the All-Star game from now on because it's a completely different position, they're saying. Like
I love that, yeah.
I think it's great. And Danny Mendick, to me, it would be receiving votes from the American League.
It should be like the best utility guy should have a trophy named after Danny Mendick, assuming he keeps playing like he is right now. But it just sucks, man. He worked his fucking nuts off to get to where he is, and then he gets carted off the field. It sucks.
He was carted?
Or carried.
Couldn't put any weight on his leg.
Who was your favorite utility man of all time?
Zobrist is a great one.
Well, I'm like,
I'm just thinking like actual stud.
Like the early one was the early one was
Brandon Inge.
Brandon Inge was good. DeRosa was really good.
Yeah,
DeRosa was the first, but then they signed him a lot to be the utility guy, like a utility guy that just kind of
plugged.
Jose Hernandez played a little bit utility for us. There's like a little. I want it now. What you can't say. Gridzelanek feels like he's utility, but he's not.
Not Larry Garcia.
Joe McEwing.
Yeah, he was on that Mets team that went to the World Series. Benny Agbayani.
I wish his last name was started. Well, kind of.
You know who's a good utility guy was Willie Harris.
Yeah, he was a good utility guy. Hey, he had a fucking massive stolen base in that World Series.
Power ranking the utility guys in Chicago sports. Over the
He
last 30
stole the
years.
base that was the go-ahead run in Game 4, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves correct. It's been a while since I watched a DVD, a few weeks, Ed.
Jeff Blum, obviously.
Hit that home run.
We should get Jeff
Astros.
Blum on Redline Radio. I think that'd be awesome.
So he's super tight with Ryan Spader. Spader's given me. I'm in a group chat with him somewhere. I can get him on.
We would actually like.
Yeah,
that,
I could get him
I
on.
think that'd be cool as hell to talk to Jeff Blum because then you could go
He's
through
the
like,
Astros. He's
his
their main
career as a
announcer now.
player, but then like why like you could do why 05 was special, particularly based on career experiences.
All right.
And
they're
with that,
here.
here comes Ice Cube. This has been a great episode, guys. Thanks for your patience. I'm sorry to our audience for missing the first bit and a little bit of stuff around here. We'll figure it out, all guess.
No breaks.
DJ, play that shit.